Hey guys, a day after a very bad result for the Browns. I mean, it was expected. The second I knew Deshaun Watson was gone, they announced like an hour before the game. I knew the Browns had no chance. I mean, DTR is a good. I mean, he was good in college, but he's not ready. You can't just throw a rookie into a game against Baltimore, and the fourth game of the season expect him to do something. He just looked really like he looked what's the word? He looked really nervous. He was doing this sloppy mistakes, mistakes that that usually you don't do. Like going past the line of scrimmage and throwing a ball and forgetting he's past the line of scrimmage when you can't throw the ball. Stuff. Small elementary mistakes like that. So yeah, I mean, it was just a dismal performance. I don't blame the defense, even though we conceded 28 points. The defense didn't play that bad. Our coach, like usual, like I've been saying, I've never been a fan of him. Another, bonehead call in which he's letting a rookie quarterback on second and third down in his own 10 yard to pass the ball, and he ended up intercepting himself running the ball, and they just got an easy touchdown. That wasn't the defense's fault. They're already on the 4 yard line, so the defense really wasn't that bad. But at the end, like, how much do you want him to do? They're on the field half the time. I mean, at the end, they just ran out of energy, I feel. So I don't really blame the defense. The defense wasn't that, even though the score looked worse than it was, I don't think the defense played that bad. The offense just couldn't move the ball. The offense couldn't do anything. They couldn't move the ball to save their life. Um, it was just bad from the start. We couldn't get the running game going. I mean, the offensive line wasn't really giving him a lot of time. Also, I mean, even when he had time, he couldn't find any receivers open. It was just a bad game for the Browns from top to bottom. Now, from what I'm hearing, is that they're saying Stefanski said that Watson was clear to play, but he chose not to play. I mean, I don't know if I was a person like Watson. I mean, this was a more important game. This is a really big game for the Browns. They had to take the advantage of the division. So I don't know why he would choose not to play this game when he knows he has a bye next week, and he has time to rest. He has a couple weeks to rest because they don't play till the 15th. Um, I mean, I think it was a bad decision. Um, I mean, the 49ers game that's coming up is a big game, but I think this game was much bigger than the 49ers game. 49ers game is just another NFC team. Doesn't prove anything if we lose or we win. The only time we might see them again if they get to the Super Bowl, which is unlikely. Um, I mean, this game was just more important than the 49ers game, in my view. Um, yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say. I mean, it was just there's nothing really to talk about. It was just the start of the game was just downhill from there. I mean, like I said, it's the NFL, and the NFL every week is something. So you gotta move on to the next week. You have a bye week now. Get ready, heal up, and get ready for the next game. And Boston has to play the next game. He has to. Um, the Eagles sneaked, as they say, sneaked past Washington. So I was surprised. I was at the game as the Browns game. So I was looking at the score, and every time I would see Washington going down the field, and that's what's worrying me about the um, the Eagles is that their defense is very, very, very inconsistent. One day they show up, one day they just give up yards and give up plays left and right. And this game against Washington, because I watched the highlights, it just felt like the last year game in which we controlled the game and we just gave bonehead sloppy turnovers and we lost the game. It was the only game that Jalen Hurts lost. Um, but again, the offense helped us out and bailed us out, and the offense is getting back to itself. I feel we just need to figure out our defense. Our defense is just very inconsistent. We need to. I mean, against big teams, you can't give up points like this, and just give up. I mean, if you give up points against Washington, who's a backup quarterback, not even a backup quarterback. He's not even. He's never played before this year. I think they have a lot of work to do on the defensive end of, and next week the Eagles go to the Rams. That's a 4 o'clock game because we're playing in LA. they need to figure out how to. The defense has to figure it out because I mean, even though the Rams aren't a great team, they still have. I mean, I still think if the Eagles defense played the way they played yesterday, they're gonna do the same thing to them. Just pass all over them. The corners are just not. They're not. They're being very soft. They're not covering right. I mean, it's just I don't know. They're just a very inconsistent defense. They need to figure something out in the next game. And like I said last week, again, the Eagles aren't looking great, and we're 4-0. So that's the only good sign is that I'm sure they can't get worse than than what they're playing. Their performance is always going to get better and better each week, from what I think. So that's only the positive about it, is that they're 4-0 and they haven't really hit second gear, like I said. The Browns are off next week. They need that bad, and they need to heal up for the following week against San Francisco. Of course, I'll be there. That's before I head out to London. Um, so yeah, that's all we have for today. Um, we'll be back for the NFL on Monday also. We'll talk about the Eagles because the Browns will be off, obviously, and yeah, we'll round up the Eagles and the Rams game. Again, thank you for watching, and please, of course, again, please subscribe to my channel. Please follow me. Be part of my new hobby, as they say. And we'll see you next week, guys, on Monday for a roundup of the Premier League and the NFL. Thank you.